Hey guys, it's Patrick. I'm gonna move so you can actually see me. Um, so awkward. This big computer. Anyway, today is January 12th, 2012, and I'm actually realizing that a year and a month has gone by and I haven't done a video update. I think because a year was such a big, exciting deal that I forgot to count, the next month. Um, so this month has even just been a big month of growth. The end of the month, I should be expecting my name change paperwork back, maybe the beginning of February, because people have until, the 31st if anyone chooses to object in court, in the court of law, about my name change. So, yeah, I'm doing a lot of reflecting tonight about kind of where I'm at and feeling like a year and a month for me is kind of like where I thought I was going to be at like 3 months. And where, I've seen a lot of good other guys like be at 3 months or 5 months. And so for me back then, through this whole transition, like it was really, really hard for me to believe that I'm going to be in a place where I'm consistently like read to the world as a guy. Still pretty hard to believe that, but um, I use this analogy over and over again. I've used this analogy over and over again throughout my transition of like a ship. And at the beginning, it was like I was thinking about that quote that goes, "A ship in a harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for." And doing a lot of thinking about like just like cutting the rope and starting. And when I started tea, it was like exciting. It was hard, but it was exciting. Um, Coming out to my family and telling everybody that I was doing that was hard. It was hard starting a new job and introducing myself repeatedly as like what I wanted to be called. But it was also exciting, like starting tea and a whole big exciting thing in my life changing thing. But then as the months went by and I wasn't seeing the changes I was hoping to see, I just started feeling like more and more like a ship just kind of out at sea by itself. And that's been a while where it's just been hard all day long, not seeing the end in sight. And then, at the end of the day, just feeling really defeated and depressed. And the thing about it being hard, though, is that, like, for me, my walls kind of come up. So, in those moments, I'm not really feeling a lot, but I did feel, I think, a lot inside that I haven't been letting myself kind of experience because it would just be too hard to be living my life if I was allowing myself to do that all the time. But it would definitely well up every now and then in this transition, and still sometimes does. But now I feel like I see like a seagull. I see like a seagull with a twig in its mouth, where I'm like, okay, I feel like maybe there's a land over there somewhere that I could eventually get to. Um, and so hopefully it continues to go in that direction. Um, Sooner rather than later would be cool with me. Um, so yeah, the other thing I wanted to just talk a little bit about is like my emotional landscape and how that's changed. Um, I was sitting today in work and treatment team meeting, and there was this new nurse who, she's like the charge nurse today for the first time on our unit. And we were talking about this patient who basically did something that was really traumatic over the weekend. We were talking about maybe giving this guy more privileges. And this certain nurse felt adamantly like that's not something she wanted to do, and in fact felt pretty traumatized by what happened over the weekend. And she just started crying, like this professional woman, at work. And I was just thinking about that and thinking like it's totally something I would have done before. I used to cry at like commercials or advertisements, like in my truck, or like, I totally had an experience where I like cried in front of my bosses at work, like stuff that is sort of embarrassing, and it just is happening to you. You're not like happy. You have nothing to do with it. Some of the time, it just you feel like your feelings can really be in the driver's seat when estrogen is in the driver's seat. And now, like, I think that's part of like me not. Testosterone kind of helps in those moments where it's really hard. Um, but I do feel a lot of physical like anxiety. I just don't feel like feelings as much. So like I've had moments, I've had a time where like at work I was talking to this boss about something hard that I was like really not feeling seen in, and I felt like it start to like well up, but it just went away. And I was like, thank you, testosterone. Um, and it's not, I seldomly cry now. It has to be like brewing for a while. So like if I'm having a really hard conversation with my partner and letting my walls down, and it's stirring for a while, then like some tears will come, but they also pass pretty quickly. So it's fascinating to me. I used to be one of those people who was like, oh, gender is so socialized, blah 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 blah. But like, it's a little humbling to find that a lot of it is physiological, and yeah. Um, so yeah, here I am, I'm in a year and a month on T. I've been doing a lot of exercising. I kind of want to check in and show everybody like what my body's looking like, because I've been working pretty hard on it. And it's like a year and a half post top surgery. This is kind of awkward. Hold on. I'm going to show you my chest. Okay. So, yeah, this is where I'm at chest wise. I mean, can't really see in the light, but definitely been working out my arms and my chest and feeling pretty good about it. The incisions are getting lighter and lighter and looking pretty good. Um, so that's where I'm at, and I hope everybody is doing really, really well. And I'll check in again next month, certainly. Bye.